Good evening, everybody. It's time for CAPI Live. I'm sorry about that. I actually didn't know I was live, but I was live. I was trying to get the camera set up. Hope everybody is having a great evening. And I hope everybody has a great last 2 weeks. We did not do a show last week because of Labor Day. Y'all know we don't do a show on holiday weekends. Hey, Lydia, you here, but you're half asleep? Gotcha. If you fall asleep, we understand. We'll let everybody get in. And remember, when you get in, hit that like button for me. Let me know you're here by saying hello in the chats because it gives me a number. It doesn't tell me who you are. So I can't give you a shout out until you put your hello, like Lydia did there in the chat. And we will let a few more people get in and we will get started with tonight's show. It's not going to be a long show. I won't keep you guys forever. Just want to hit on a few things and talk a little paranormal. Hey, Michelle, how are you? We have Lydia, we have Michelle, there's John. Hey, John. John just popped in. So glad to have John aboard tonight. Whoa. The whole world is moving. It's an earthquake. John's driving. So be careful. Just listen, don't watch until you get to your destination. No listening or no watching. I bet you have a lot of precious cargo with you. Lydia, seeing how John's driving, can you go and share and let everybody know we're on? Share it to the CAPI page. We have Lydia, Michelle, John, and who else is on? It says I have 4. Who's the quiet person tonight? Thank you, Lydia. Let a few more people get on. At least everybody liked the show that's on right now. That's cool. Beth's done. Hey, Beth. Hey, Insane. We got Beth, we got John, we got Lydia, we got Michelle, we got Insane. Man, we're rolling tonight. Remember, if you haven't already done so, hit the like button. And if you haven't also already done so, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know when we're on, which is most Sundays at 9 p.m. I won't say every Sunday because I wasn't here last Sunday, and that would be kind of hypocritical. So I won't say every Sunday, but we try our best. Like I said, we didn't do a show last Sunday, because we had the holiday weekend. And we try not to do a show on holiday weekends. That way people don't have to worry about watching the show or anything like that. They can be with their families and just have a good time with their families. And also, if you haven't already done so, say something in the chats. Say hello in the chats, just so we'll know you're here and we'll know who you are. I love it when people talk to me in chat. As a matter of fact, everybody right now that's on right now, say hello. Even if you've already done it, do it again. Just say hello. Everybody, type it in. Hello. Go. Let's see how much of a lag we got. Oh, it's not too bad. Insane was first. I missed it over the last few weeks. I've been insanely busy. Well, we're glad you're here tonight. We're very glad you're here tonight, Michelle. We wasn't on last week anyway, so you didn't miss anything. Thank you. Everybody's saying hello. Well, not everybody. Somebody didn't say hello. 3 people did and 3 people didn't. But John's driving, so he doesn't have to say hello. But you know what? There's 6 people in right now. We'll go ahead and get started. What the heck? We'll get started with our prayer request. I have 2 unspoken prayer requests that we want to put on there. So if you guys have any prayer requests, just pop them up there. If you do not want to put your prayer request on the chat, you do not have to. You can actually email those to John, our team manager. He does keep track of them. I think I got his email right, jbowen.cappy@gmail.com. Yep, I did. If you have a prayer request, I'm still staying with my friend Kay in Tennessee. Okay, you have to get down here, Michelle. We miss you. Tennessee's beautiful, but you belong to Alabama, so you need to get back here. Keep Kay in your prayers. All right, we will definitely add Kay to our prayers. Absolutely. Like I said, if you have a prayer request but you don't want to say what it is on here, you can always go to that email I just put up there. It says jbowen.cappy@gmail.com. And put your prayer request there. And he does keep track of our prayer requests. We do pray for our prayer requests. We don't just, it's not an in one ear, out the other kind of thing. We do keep track of them, and we do pray for our prayer requests. So, y'all definitely send them to us if you have one that you don't want to put on here. Trying to get that camera good. I guess that's about good. Yes, keep Tom and Beth in your prayers as well. Absolutely. Keep John in your prayers. He's still on a job search. And if you know of anything, then also use that email, jbowen.cappy@gmail.com, and send him some job ideas in the Birmingham metro area, Birmingham, Bessemer, all that area. So if you have a prayer request, email John. And also if you have a job request or job idea for John, also put that on there too. Hi, Brian. Brian Johnson. Hey, Brian. Long time no see. Howdy. I was one of the silent ones. Was driving. Got you. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here tonight, man. Miss you. I was in Selma. I'm in Selma every Monday now because we're doing a radio show there, Brian. I don't know if you knew that or not, but we're doing a radio show every. Well, we record it on Mondays, but it actually plays on Saturdays at 7 p.m. So we're there every Monday to record the show, and then it actually airs every Saturday at 7 p.m. on Kicks Country 101.5 FM. We found out the cancer's come back in her lungs, but she also has an inner thyroid, adrenal glands, and 2 spots in her brain. Wow. So sorry to hear that, Michelle. We would definitely keep Kay in our prayers. I'm on the road a lot now. Are you working on the road now, Brian? We're in Selma a lot now, so we'll have to come by and one day you're not on the road and have some lunch or something. Keep who have I missed? Keep Lydia and Preston in your prayers, and Zeus, their dog. Keep them in your prayers as well. I've been doing all I can to help her. She needs prayers she can get. Yes, absolutely. Yes. That's so awesome that she has a friend like you to help out. That's awesome that you've been there doing that for her. Like I said, if you have any more prayer requests, keep them coming. If I don't see them, point it out to me, or Beth or John will. And we'll definitely get them on the list. Even if I don't see them, they'll go on the list, but I will mention it if I see it. And if I don't see it, one of them will holler at me and I'll go look at it. I promise. Because I do miss the comments sometimes once I get to talking. We have upcoming events. Our biggest upcoming event is this month. September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we will be camping. We will be doing CAPI camp. Yay! I'm so ready for CAPI camp. I love CAPI camp. It's my time to unwind. It's my time to relax. It's my time to chillax. So I don't have to sit there and do my job and deal with everything else. I could just chill out. So I'm looking forward to CAPI camp. It is September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. It will be at Camp Griss, Paul M. Griss State Park in Plantersville, Alabama. I will get you guys that address. Bringing the whole house again, Lydia? Yeah, you always do. You always do. Let me get that address. My computer's being a little. Okay, it's 1546 Griss Road, Valley Grande, Alabama. 1546 Griss Road, Valley Grande, Alabama. 1546 1546 Grist, Crist Road, Valley Grande, Alabama. So you guys definitely come on out. We're going to have a really good time. As you know, CAPI camp consists of us getting there on Fridays. I'm going to try to be there as early as I can on Friday. I'm taking that day off so I can just concentrate on nothing but camp. So I'm going to get there as early as I can and get set up. And then what we do is as people come in, we help them get their tent set up. And then once everybody's set up, we'll kind of congregate and fellowship and cook. And once the cooking's done, we'll eat. And we just have a good time. And we'll sit out by the fire and roast some hot dogs and marshmallows and just have a great time. It's always a great time at CAPI camp on the Friday night. Saturday, if there's anybody wanting to take the class, remember the class is now free. You don't have to pay a dime for the class. There's no charge for the class. All right. It was $25, but we stopped doing that because I went on a big rant about people monetizing the paranormal. And what we were doing with the class was not monetizing the paranormal because we didn't make any money off of it. We didn't profit off that at all. As a matter of fact, it still cost us money to do the class. Even at $25 a head, it still cost me a little money. But because of this new campaign I'm taking on about exposing teens and psychics and all of that by monetizing the paranormal, then I've decided that I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to charge for that class. To me, that's hypocritical. And I don't want to be hypocritical. I want to be upfront and transparent and all that good kind of stuff. And so I'm not going to do that anymore. So the class is now free. Now, there is a charge. I just said free, but now I said, but we can't do anything about this. Everywhere we camp has a different charge. Camp Griss has a charge for tent. It's per tent. It's not per person, per car, or per head. It's per tent. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say, let me make sure, but I'm almost certain that it is 1582. I know that's a weird number. That's just a weird, strange number, but that's what I believe it is. It's Camp Griss. Let me go to that, see if I can figure that out real quick. Let's see, Camping Paul M. Griss. There we go. I hope you guys can still see me when I go to another screen. I hope you can. All right, campsites. April through October are 22. What? Okay, they have new prices, guys. It's now says April through October is 22 per night. Thursday and Friday is 25 a night. November through March, it's 22 per night. Every night. I was not informed of that. I will have to check on that. Hopefully, I did. The 1856, not 1852, but it's 1856 is the tent, but that's for senior citizens now. It used to be for everybody, but now it's just for senior citizens. So I'll have to check on that. I will definitely be checking on that to find out if that is still the price that we pay, because I just talked to him just the other day, and I was told that it was $15.86 a tent. So I'll have to check on that. Plan on it still being $15.86 a tent. I know that's a weird number. I didn't make it up. They did. CAPI doesn't profit on that price at all. It doesn't go to us. You pay them. You don't come to us and give us money and then we give it to them. That you pay the park. When you put up your tent, he'll come around and say, "Hey, how long are you going to be here?" It's $15.86 a night. So that's what, $30 and let's see. Get the trusty calculator out here. All right, it's $15.86 for Friday and Saturday. That's $31.72 for the whole weekend. That's providing, if the prices have changed even for us, which I don't think they have, but I'll find that out. Then it's going to be $44 for the whole weekend, which is still not a bad price, but still I didn't know anything about that price change. And he hasn't told me anything about it either. He knows we're coming. We were reserved for the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Excuse me. So he knows that we're coming and everything. So I don't know. He quoted me the $15.86. So I think that's what it's going to be per tent per night. $15.86 per tent per night. So I think that's definitely what it's going to be. But I will make sure, just so nobody's blindsided about that. I'll give him a call tomorrow while I'm in Selma. And John, if you will, remind me that we need to get in touch with Roger and figure out what's going on there. All right. Someone will have to go approve my post on our pages where I shared in the live, please. No problemo. We can do that. Approve. They are now approved. That was easy. That was quick. Asking, you shall receive. Excuse me. Man, you got the cough tonight. But yeah, so plan on it being $15.86 or 31, whatever it was. Just say $32 for the weekend, or plan on it being $44 for the weekend. I don't know. I'll have to find out from Roger. We'll post that. And don't we have another? I think we have another show before camp, don't we? Oh yeah, we do. Yep, the 17th is the next show before camp. Yep. So I'll also announce it on there as well. So we will find out. I will make sure to find that out for everybody. But anyway, Saturday we get up. If there's anybody there to take the class, you'll get up around 10ish. It's no really time really on there. I say 10 because I like to get it done early. But you know, people get up around 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11, 10:30, and get something to eat in them and everything. And we usually get set down by 11:30, and then we start the class. The class takes most of the day Saturday, but we do break for lunch. We have small breaks, and then we have a big break for lunch. Excuse me. And then that evening, we finish up with equipment training, and then we do an actual hands-on investigation, a mock investigation, where you get to go and use your skills that you just learned in class. So if anybody is coming for the class, it is a lot of fun. You will not regret it. Then after that, after the investigation, we all just go back to the camp. We sit around the fire. We eat. We fellowship. We tell stories. We just have a good time. Sunday we get up. I usually try to get up kind of early on Sundays just so I can have time. There's really not a checkout time there, so they don't really push that on us. So we just check out when we want. So we just kind of let everybody get up, and then we make some breakfast, and then we eat, and then hang out, and then people have to, when they leave, they have to leave. They have to go, So people go and as they need to, and usually it's me or John is usually the last ones. I try to be the last person leaving camp. I kind of like to be the last one to leave so I can see everybody off. But so yeah, probably John's actually not going to make it to camp this time. He has some family obligations that he's got to do, but so it'll probably be the last person. So I try to wait for everybody to leave. That way I can see everybody off and everything and invite them for the next one. We are still doing the radio show. We're still doing the podcast. Like I said earlier, our radio show airs every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Kicks Country 101.5 FM in Selma. And you can get our podcast on all the streaming services. Help me out, Beth and John. Where are we at? We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Google, Amazon. Is it iHeartRadio? Yeah, iHeart. I'm sure I'm missing something, but we're on all the streaming services. So wherever you get your podcast, go look it up. It's called CAPI, the Real Paranormal, CAPI, the Real Paranormal. And that's what we do. We talk about all kinds of stuff. I'll give you guys a little tease. This next show coming up is going to be about case studies. Hey, Kimberly. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. You just subscribed to us on iHeart. Awesome. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. You won't be disappointed. If you're just now starting to listen to the podcast, go back and listen to them. And the next one will be out before the weekend, hopefully. Our newest one will be out pretty soon. So, yeah, definitely go check that out. Kimberly just went and subscribed to the CAPI, the Real Paranormal. So if you guys have not done that, go there. I'm new here, just found the channel. Awesome. Well, if you like paranormal, you're going to love our channel. And if you hadn't already done so, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know when we're on. And John says all the major podcast platforms. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. He does it so much better than I. Yeah, all the major platforms, podcast platforms. We're on them. So y'all definitely go listen, just like Kimberly just did. You won't be disappointed. Those podcasts, I'm super pleased and excited about where that's going and how it's doing it. Our co-founder Corey is heading that off. Him and Beth have really worked on that, and the whole team has been on and contributed, to something to the podcast. I definitely couldn't do it by myself. That's for sure. If it was meant for me to do the podcast, the whole podcast all by myself, then it probably wouldn't be a podcast because I am techno stupid big time. And I ain't kidding either. I don't know how any of that stuff works. I just kind of go along. I'm a trained monkey. They sit in front of a microphone and I speak when they say speak. That's it. And then sometimes John will give me a doggy treat or something, or a pat on the head. And if I'm really good, I get a scratch behind the ear. But other than that, that's all them. They are masters of that stuff, and I just don't know how to do that stuff. Sad, but it's true. All right, I think that's all the upcoming events. We are going to be planning another meet and greet really soon. Had a lot of fun at our last meet and greet at Cotton's Barbecue in Eclectic. We had a lot of fun there. It was really good food. Had a lot of fun talking and just hanging out with everyone, and just it was great. I enjoyed it. We missed the people that wasn't there, unfortunately. So if you didn't get to come to the last meet and greet, come to the next meet and greet, because we're going to do it. We don't stop doing meet and greets. We've been doing meet and greets since around 05, 06. So we're not going to stop doing them, just like CAPI camps. We're not going to stop doing CAPI camps. So if you don't get to come to the next one, go to the next one. There's another one coming around the bend. We don't do them yearly. We try to do them sporadic. Early on, we were doing them 3-4 times a year. We've kind of cut down a little bit right now, just because of the cost of everything. But and we'll continue to do them because we love them so much. We do not have a site picked out. We've talked about doing one in Selma. So I'm thinking maybe we'll be doing one in Selma, maybe at Hancock's or at Tallyho. In Selma, we'll be getting with them. I've got to talk to them tomorrow anyway. But we'll be getting with them and seeing if we can make that happen as well. So we'll be getting another meet and greet set up pretty soon. Excuse me. I think there was another place in Alabaster that somebody was talking about us doing one as well. So we'll figure it out. I was looking around to see if I could find anyone that had experiences in St. Clair. We've investigated in St. Clair, Alabama, and I stumbled on this. Wow, I'm excited. That's awesome, Kim. Welcome aboard. Yeah, she's in St. Clair County. Yeah, we've investigated in St. Clair. Yes. See, she said yes. She's in St. Clair. That's a beautiful area, too. I love it up there. That's on up there. Piedmont, all that stuff. Have you had any experiences in St. Clair? Oh, that's a good question, Beth. All right, I think that's it for prayer requests. Remember, if you have a prayer request, throw it up there. And if you don't want to throw it up there, here, I'll put John's email up again. There we go. If you have a prayer request that you do not want to put on the chat, but you do want it included in our prayer request, that we do pray about every prayer request. We don't just write them down and forget them. John keeps track of them. We all pray on them. That's jbowen.capi@gmail.com. Also, if you want to come to CAPI Camp, also the email to use, jbowen.capi@gmail.com. You can also use my email, which is jrushing.capi@gmail.com. Starting to see a pattern there. We're one big happy family here. Welcome, Kimberly. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you hadn't already done so, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, definitely hit the like button. Whether you like it or not, you don't even have to like the show to hit the like button. Just do it. I mean, who cares? It's just a click. Just that's it. No, I'm kidding. If you don't like the show, don't hit the like button. But don't hit the don't like button either. Oh yes, I've had experience. Just really can't talk to anyone about it. You can always talk to us about it, Kimberly. We're very open. You already know, I'm sure. Yeah, we definitely know how that is. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old, and I when I came out the paranormal closet, I guess you could say, I lost some friends and family members actually along the way. You're amongst friends here, Kimberly. Amen. Yes, you are. A good way to talk to us about it is come to CAPI Camp, 1546 Briss Road, Plantersville, Alabama. September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, a couple weeks from now. So come out there and join us for CAPI Camp, or come to the meet and greet. We're going to be doing a meet and greet really soon. I love doing meet and greets because that means we get to eat. Meet and greet means eat. So I love doing the meet and greets so much. I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything, John or Beth? Meet and greet, right? MEAT and greet. That's right. We eat a lot of meat at meet and greet. We do. Oh yeah, here. Y'all see the cups? I think I showed this last time. That's a glare. Let me see. I can't. Get that out there. There you go. There's the CAPI logo. Like that one. You can't really see it. You can only see a little bit of it because of the way this camera is, but there it is. The merch is down right now, but we're working to get it back up. So we'll let you know when merch is back up again, and you guys can start getting the merch: t-shirts, hats, tumblers, coffee cups, all kinds of stuff, hoodies. Food and good friends, always a great combination. Amen. Sure is. Love that. Thank you. Sounds like so much fun. Oh my gosh, it is. It's like it's amazing. Kimberly, I tell you what. Email John. We'll put it up there again. Email. I type religiously, everyone. That's why it takes me so long. I do the religious form of typing. It's called seeking ye shall find. There is his email again, Kimberly, jbowen.cappy@gmail.com, because it got covered up by the rest of the comments. So I say that like I don't want you to do any comments, because I do. I want you guys to always do comments. I feel like I'm alone if you don't do comments. But yeah, email him about CAPI Camp. And if you can't make this one, remember, they keep coming around. We don't stop doing CAPI Camp. We love camp so much, and we love our paranormal family so much that we do it as much as possible. We never skip on a chance to go CAPI camping. I think that is it on upcoming events too. John or Beth, neither one of them answered me. They're ignoring me tonight. Don't ignore me. Talk to me. I can't wait. Me too. I wish it was this week. This is my weekend, by the way, everybody. Y'all don't know that. Y'all's weekend is over. Mine started today. I'm not off on Friday or Saturday and Sundays. I'm off on Sundays and Mondays. So my weekend is not Saturday and Sunday. My weekend is Sunday and Monday. Well, I'm not really off on Mondays. Tomorrow I have to go do the radio show and pound the pavement. And that's what I do. But definitely come out to CAPI Camp. You will not regret coming to CAPI Camp. It is so much fun. And we do it all over the state. We're always looking for new places. If anybody knows of any good places that have cabins, we're looking for places that have cabins. I found a couple. So I'm sorry I walked away for a minute. I got caught. Got you. Excuse me. Apparently so did John. Or he may still be driving too, though. That's possible. He chimes in every now and then. Did I miss anything, Beth, on coming events? CAPI Camp. We're planning another meet and greet. The radio show. I always call it iPods. The podcast. I do. Every time I talk about the podcast, I say you guys really should listen to our iPod. And people just look at me like, "What? You still use an iPod?" But he's driving. I'm watching him on Live 360. Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, you don't respond, John. Don't respond. Oh, you were good. Okay, good. I didn't miss anything. Awesome. I just wanted to make sure. Something that I've been talking about quite a bit this week, these past couple of weeks. That's how I usually do the show. It's something that I've talked about that week or the previous week or whatever. But something that I've been talking a lot about here lately is education in the paranormal. What to do, where to go, to do, to get that education that people want, to get to learn more. And it's like I say in our class that we do a paranormal class, Haunting 101, usually during CAPI Camp. We'll do it other ways too, like on Zoom or face to face or whatever. But usually during CAPI camps when we do our classes. And when I talk to people about the class, I also talk to them about continuing education. That is a big, big thing in the paranormal. We were just talking about that on the podcast not long ago, where no one wants to ever learn everything they can about the paranormal. Because if they do, then why would you want to continue to do it? You know, it's like I always say, once you learn everything there is to know about in the paranormal, you might as well start collecting stamps because you can't learn anything else. So that's a great thing about this field is that there's so much to it that you'll never have to stop learning about it. You'll always have something to do in it. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of American schools that still offer what the hell offer that was an offer die that still all offer. I can't talk. Offer still accept students in parapsychology. Excuse me. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of them left out there. There's like almost none in the United States now. I think Southern California still does. Or Caltech still has a remote viewing class. I don't know if it's the full parapsychology or if it's I don't know. I'll have to check into that. I don't know if they still offer a full class. I know they still do stuff like remote viewing and psychic studies and stuff like that, but I don't think there's any. I don't think they offer the entire course. The whole telepathy, clairvoyance, psychonesis, all that good stuff. You can get it online if you want to do that much studying online. You can do that in. I think Edinburgh still does it in the UK. I don't know how many other ones are, but you could go and look and figure that out. I have schools call me all the time just because I had requested some information on finishing my doctorate. And excuse me. When I tell them what I want, when I say I want it in parapsychology, I would like to finish my studies in parapsychology. They always say, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, we don't offer that." They stopped funding for it. You can't get sponsored. You can't get funded, for a thesis or anything like that, or much less a program in parapsychology anymore. But there are still schools abroad that still do that. So look that up if that's what you want to do. I always tell people, why not? Why not do it? Why not go all the way? I still have about, not really so many hours left as much as time, but I have hours left in thesis preparation, and then about $10,000, and I can finish my doctorate. But I'm looking for ways around that right now. It's actually a buyer's market in further education right now. So hopefully I'll be able to do that pretty soon. But I'm looking into it. I don't meet the criterias. I'll say it that way. I don't meet the criterias to get too much funding, but there is stuff out there available. So I always tell people, if you want to do it, do it. The best way to do it is the way I did it is go and get at least a master's in psychology. Get at least human behavior, counseling. There's so many different programs in psychology that you can get. Let me look at some of these that would be a good idea. You can get applied behaviors. I wouldn't so much do child or adolescent unless that's what you want to do. You can do clinical psychology, counseling, developmental psychology, forensics, definitely. Um, Not so much industrial, not really married, let's go kind of social work, substance. Yeah, I would go with if you're going to want, if you're just doing, if you want to do psychology and as a major and you want to do that, and that's part of what you want to do, then absolutely go for it. Just don't stop at a master's like I did. But get stuff like applied behavior, clinical or counseling or forensics psychology. Um, and get at least a master's in one of those programs, whether it be a bachelor. You can do a bachelor's, you can do a master's, you can go all the way up to doctorate if you want to. But get that psychology degree. Has to work, so I have to go to bed now. Please remember us in your prayers. Much love. Good night, Beth. So get at least a master's in psychology and some form of psychology. It just depends on what kind of suits you. Just do research on psychology and figure out what suits you best. Once you've done that, once you've gotten that, then start looking at schools, probably abroad, because you're not going to find a whole bunch here that's going to do anything much over telekinesis and ESP and all that stuff. So you'll find some psychic studies. But you're not going to get a whole bunch of credibility from some of those programs. As far as, you will for school time if they're accredited schools, but you won't for, in the paranormal field. Certain programs you will, but you don't want to be in those programs, trust me. Go, look abroad. I'm almost certain Edinburgh still, I'm almost positive because I just talked to them not long ago about finishing my studies up at Edinburgh via online. The good thing about Edinburgh is they're flexible. You go at your own pace. You can do it online, 100% online. You never have to go to the school, which is good because it's in the UK. And it's an accredited school, so that's the best thing about it. It is accredited, so your hours will count. But get your psychology, whether you want to do that online or on campus, get that done. Once you get your psychology done, then go ahead and start into parapsychology studies. Now, a lot of programs that you can do with parapsychology will actually count experience as hours. I think the last one I looked at didn't do a whole bunch of it, but it's some. And that if you ever done college courses or classes, then anything helps when it comes to getting your hours in your time, your credit hours in there, because that's what counts. that's what makes them sign the bottom of that piece of paper with a gold seal on it. Excuse me, is that time. So, but a lot of them will let you count hours. That's what I'm looking into to save me a lot of money is credit hours, experience exchange for credit hours. So definitely get into that if you're wanting to do it. I think, who was it? Lydia says that she was thinking about it. I've been considering it. I think John's been looking into it as well. I always tell my team members, there's nothing wrong with continuing your education in anything, but especially not in the paranormal. There's nothing wrong with doing it in the paranormal. Paranormal is such a wide array of different programs, and you're never going to learn it all, obviously, but you can, get in there and really enjoy it. I've never not enjoyed it. I've never not enjoyed teaching it. I've never not enjoyed practicing it. I've never not enjoyed researching it. I've never not enjoyed learning about it. I think I just said this to the team not long ago on one of the podcasts. iPod, but on one of the podcasts that I learned something even when I teach the class. When I do the haunting 101, I learned something from that class. So even as the instructor, I learn something from it just about every time. So, like I said, the day you stop learning about the paranormal is the day, time to start collecting stamps or coins, because what do you want to study something that you already know everything about? So I encourage it. Please definitely go do it. Definitely get out there, find a field that you're comfortable with in psychology, excel at that, get at least your master's, if not your doctorate. Then get, as soon as you get that taken care of and get that handled, or even before. I started parapsychology studies way before I finished my master's. So definitely go and get your, go start the parapsychology studies too, if you have time. There's nothing wrong with that. Hold on, I just unplugged my screen. I hope I'm still here. We shall see. Am I still here? Do y'all still see me? I should still be here because it was just the screen that got turned off. The computer and everything is, thank goodness, it wasn't all on one plug. The camera and the computer are still on. So there it goes. Hopefully I'm still on. It takes a little while, so y'all give me a second. It is. It's telling me to hook it up to HDMI too, but it's already hooked up. Could y'all still see me? I'm back now, but could y'all still see me from the computer? The screen was off. I can see you. Okay, cool. Yeah, you could still see me. I'm glad you guys can still see me. I apologize for that. I'm kind of in a cramped spot. That's why you don't see all of the banner like you usually do. I kind of had to do a little. We're not at our regular studio tonight because I was lazy today. I didn't want to people today. We were actually getting up to get ready to go into Selma and do our regular weekend not into Selma, into Millbrook and do our regular weekend thing, our Sunday thing. And it just hit me that I didn't want to people today. I said, I told Paramama she could go. I said, y'all go ahead. I'm just going to chill here, get ready for the show. I had some research I needed to do, not for the show, but for other things. And so I said, I'm just going to chill. And so then Paramama decided, hey, let's just veg out today in the bed and watch TV and just have a veggie day. That's what we did. We vegged out big time. So I called the producer, Corey, and said, hey, we're not going to make it there tonight. He said, that's all right, because actually I'm doing something that I was probably going to keep me a little late anyway. So it all worked out. So we decided to stay home. So I'm at home in front of the manor instead of in the studio with the green screen and all that stuff. So that's why it's different tonight. And that's why you don't see Corey here tonight, too. But, every now and then you just want to chill out. You don't want to have to get up and go and people. I just didn't feel like people in today. So we just chilled here and slept and watched some shows and just chilled out. I've actually enjoyed it. I've enjoyed not having to leave the house or drive a car or anything like that. I do a lot of driving with my job, and I'm going to be driving a lot tomorrow. So put that little one on 450 and just put that on that pan right there that's already up there. And just set it in there. That's what I cook the pan with the pizza. But yeah, I encourage it. If you want to do continuing education, you want to get out there, you want to get that experience. Because, like I said, you can count that on a lot of programs, especially on satellite classes. You can actually count a lot of your experience that goes towards your credit hours. So definitely get out there. Don't just go out and learn it. I've seen people that do that, and they turn into what I call thank you. What I call yeah, sorry, I was trying to pour me some soda in this cup and it was overflowing. But don't get out there and just start learning everything without doing it. Don't do that. There's a lot of people that are really great in parapsychology, some of the greatest minds there are. But I call them desktop parapsychologists because they're always at a desk and everything like that. Some of them's never investigated a day in their life. which I think is crazy. But yeah, it's true. So that does happen. You do have some people that get out there and they want to do this, but they want to learn it instead of that. But they make great professors. You know, they go on and they teach and all that stuff like that. I don't ever want to do that for a living. Heck no. I don't mind doing our class that we do, the haunting 101, but I wouldn't want to like do that on a regular, like everyday thing. Because I want to investigate. I want to be out there in the crap. I want to be out there in the thick of it. I don't want to sit in the classroom. I don't like classroom. I tell my team all the time. I said it's not your best education you get in parapsychology and haunting investigations is out there, not riding a seat, not sitting on a wooden chair. Is being out there, um, investigating, learning, and experiencing, and all that. That's the best way to do it. But like I said, people want to get out there and get that degree and get that uh, education under their belt. Absolutely, I encourage it. Please do that. Lydia, she's wanting to do some of that. John's been talking about it for a couple of years now, so I encourage it. I wouldn't hurt my feelings if my entire team went out there and just learned all they can about it. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to be able to separate it. That's why we call the podcast CAPI the Real Paranormal. It's because it's not that stuff you learn sitting there. It's that stuff you learn by having your feet on the ground in the thick of it instead of your seat. You'll always learn a heck of a lot more with your feet on the ground than with your butt on the seat. That's a fact. So definitely get out there, do it, enjoy it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that on how to get started or anything like that, definitely give us a call. Holler at us online on here. You can put it down in the comments. Contact us on Facebook. Go to our webpage. We have an amazing webpage that Beth created for us. It's called CAPIParanormal.com, CAPI paranormal.com. Go check that out. There's a contact us section on there. You can go there and give us a shout, and we'll get right back with you, and we'll talk to you about it and get you in a class and get you some experience under your belt. And then if you want to go sit in the classroom and get your further education as far as parapsychology goes, then amen, go for it. There's nothing at all wrong with that. But first, do your psychology, get at least a master's in psychology, and then get to it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I am going to go ahead and end now. I'm getting kind of tired, and I still have some paperwork I got to do. But we will be back on next Sunday. Hopefully back in our regular setting next Sunday, so we won't be all cramped up like right here, my screen going off and all that stuff. But we love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm glad that we had a huge number tonight. Kim, if you're still here, we enjoyed having you. Please come back. Join us again. Remember, it's every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us right here. We love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next week. I want you to do me a huge favor sometime this week. I don't care if it's a friend, family member, or someone you meet on the street. Make at least one person smile, because that's exactly what we need the most of. There's a lot more smiles. God bless you. Have a paranormal weekend. We'll see you next Sunday. Good night.